Well, good day. I wasn't going to make a video today, but inspiration strikes when you least expect it. A lot of people out there right now are really working on raising their vibration, and they're doing it with the purpose of manifesting something. And a lot of people are struggling to make their manifestations work. And it's partly because you can't lie to source or even yourself about what your true intentions are. So a lot of these manifestations out there, tell you to just visualize it and think it. And to an extent, it's going to work. To an extent, it's going to get you the things you want to manifest, but you're not going to be able to maintain them. That will be taken away from you. Because if your intention isn't about really seeking that connection with your higher self or seeking a connection with Source is going to take it back because it means you haven't learned your lessons yet. So if you are on a path to raise your vibration and you would like to manifest, things into your life that you've always wanted, that you don't necessarily need, but you want, you can do that. But keep in mind, that's not the point of the Earth game. The whole point of being here on Earth is, in our case right now, in this reality we're existing in, or if you want to think in a linear sense, in this time, is to fix what is broken. We have lost our connection to what is called, in my view, authentic, true love. And that true love is something you're not going to experience unless you go down the journey of self-discovery, self-reflection, which can be painful, and really discovering your good and your light and your dark sides. I mean, even the Masons, right? Like the whole builder, the concept is a different perspective of it, but it's a similar thing. You have the light and the dark, and you have to go up that stairs or ladder or whatever, and you have to embrace both. And in the end, at the very top, you have your mind, body, and soul. And those three things, that triad, those three things are absolutely critical if you want to continue manifesting anything. And I'm not even trying to be mean. It's the truth. It's just the truth. So if you're finding that you've manifested things, but you can't seem to maintain them or contain consistency, and it keeps fluctuating, it's possibly because you're missing that last final step. You've learned the practices of letting go. Maybe you've learned the practice of not having an attachment to the details. Maybe there's lots of manifestation tools you've mastered, but because you're not willing to connect to yourself, because that's the first step, connecting with yourself and learning all the ins and outs of you, the yucky, good, bad, ugly, all of it, then you have to, next step after that is you have to connect to your higher self, your overseer that has connection to all of the other yous and all the other realities. And that will open your mind to information you didn't even know could be real, because it is real. And that love you have with your higher self, that connection, that it's a pure acceptance. They don't judge you. There's no right, there's no wrong. If you got some weird fetish, they don't judge you. If you got, an addiction still, they don't judge you. None of that is good or bad in the grand scheme of the universe. Here on Earth, we've given it labels and we've given it definitions and we've categorized shit and, we've made it extremely complicated, yet we call it black and white, right? You're good, bad, evil, whatever. It's not like that. It's really not. Even karma, I really like the way Bashar explained it. People seem to think karma is some sort of vengeance thing, or whatever, karmic debt. It's all about getting your just desserts. But that's actually not what karma is. Karma is the reciprocal give and take of energy, right? You can't create energy from nothing, and you can't get rid of energy. Once it's there, it's there. So if you're releasing an energy, so as an example, if your intention is to manifest your dream job or a dream vacation or lots of money or whatever you want to manifest, but your intention behind it is purely selfish, it's just for your personal own selfish gain so that you can, just feed your ego, you're sending that energy out, okay? And you're going to have to get it back because you get what you give. I've been telling my kids that since they were born. You get what you give, and you probably get it back with a bit of interest because it might ricochet, right? Like, here's the best way I can think of it as, you literally send out the energy. And it's like those whispers. You never play the telephone game, right? And you whisper in someone's ear, and you send out the thing, and it goes to one person, and it gets a little skewed. It goes to another person, it gets a little skewed, and it gets a little skewed, and it keeps going all around the circle. And finally, it gets back to you. It's like it is totally not at all what you said, but it's blown out of proportion, and everyone's added their. If you started off with a negative intention, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And by the time it gets back to you, it's like freaking terrible. That's kind of what karma's like. So it's not that karma's punishing you or that karma's out to get you. It's that karma is real. Karma is a real, almost like a physics law in a sense, where you give the energy and you get back the energy you give. So if your intentions behind your manifestation come from a place of selfishness or greed, and you're only thinking of yourself, what do you think you're going to get back? If you're not adding value to the world, if you're not, helping Source reach all the people so they can reconnect to Source, reconnect to Mother, themselves, love. Really, it all goes back to them reconnecting to love. Real love, not the kind where you're like, ooh, you're sexy. No, like real love, right? The kind where it makes you kind of giggle and blush and be like, you really like me? The kind where you see kids cry because they're just so happy their friend's happy. That's the kind of love, right? It's an innocent, multi-dimensional concept. Is the best way I can put it. Love is got so many facets to it, and it has so much depth. It's not just a little thing. And if you can connect to yourself, and if you can genuinely accept you're good, you're bad, you're ugly. And you know what's funny? Sometimes it's hard to accept you're good more than it is you're bad. I mean, for me, it was so easy to believe all the negative stuff people said about me. How selfish I was, or lazy I was, or incompetent. I was called ugly and this and that as a kid. Like, it was insane. So it was really easy for me to believe the bad. It was really hard for me to believe anything good about myself. But that's why you need your higher self. Because in your higher self kind of like sometimes gives you a little smack. Like, dude, do you not just see what you're doing right now? You're making the whole world better. Just shut up and take my love. And then you have a moment with your higher self, and then after there's done, giving you a metaphorical, or what do you want to call it, metaphysical slap, it all gets better. Sometimes we all need a good smack. Anyways, that is my message for today. If you are trying to manifest something, be careful what your intention is behind your manifestations, because it will come back to you. And before you manifest it, ask yourself why you want to manifest it, okay? I want you to really take time to say, why do I want this? What hole am I trying to fill inside of me? What am I trying to distract myself from? What am I really ignoring and resisting right now? Because it's okay if you don't know, and it's okay if it scares you to find out. But if you don't find out, it's going to be a really hard, lonely life. Because you'll find that no matter how much you get in the mundane world, in the 3D world, you're always going to feel like you're missing something. You're always going to feel lonely. Because you need love. So why wouldn't we want to manifest authentic love first? That's my question. Maybe that's just me. I've lived off of $35 a week before and just eating noodles. So... Actually, I've lived off less than that too. Actually, I'm living off less than that right now. So really, honestly, it's, if I can feel blessed and grateful for everything I have and not worry about tomorrow because I just want everyone to feel love, why can't you? You can. I promise. I love you. Bye, guys.